One person was killed and at least 21 others, including children, were wounded in a mass shooting attack at the Kansas City Chiefs Victory Parade in Kansas City, Missouri on Valentine's Day. 3 people, 2 of whom were juveniles, were taken into custody in connection with the shooting. Interestingly, the American police was quick to rule out any nexus to terrorism or homegrown violent extremism and said that this incident of mass shooting was the result of a personal altercation that quickly escalated. America once again was left stunned, paranoid and grieving. This is the 49th incident of mass shooting in America just this year. With more guns than inhabitants, the United States has the highest rate of gun deaths in any developed nation. The surveys have established that 57% of the Americans are actually in favor of stricter gun laws. But the Republicans, the staunch defenders of America's constitutional right to bear arms, have repeatedly for years opposed any effort to tighten gun control measures. Our next report gets you more details.
America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, was jolted this past Wednesday by yet another mass shooting. Gunshots rang out as Kansas City celebrated the victory of the Kansas City Chiefs in America's biggest sporting event, the final of the National Football League. Moments after jubilant Chiefs players addressed the vast cheering crowd of thousands of red-shirted fans, the gunfire erupted, sending shocked and terrified fans and VIPs fleeing in a tragic end to an exhilarating and unifying event.
And we were headed back to the direction where the Uber had dropped us off when all of a sudden people started crushing forward. Everybody started running. There was screaming. We didn't know what was happening, but this day and age when people run, you run. And so I put my arms around her and we tried to push through so people wouldn't run on top of us. And there was a woman crying, saying something about somebody had been shot. Of course, it's hard to know, is it a singular incident or is there an active shooter? But we got pushed all the way up to Union Station where they had gated everything off so you couldn't get in for the Chiefs. And everybody started jumping the rails and pushing everybody over. We got inside and we thought that, okay, it's calm now. We're inside, we'll be safe.
As hundreds of police guarding the event rushed to clear the area, some of the victims were seen being treated, lying on the ground before being carried away on stretchers. Reportedly, many of the victims have sustained life-threatening injuries. Half of them are believed to be under the age of 16. As many as 800 law enforcement officials were at the rally and the parade that preceded it, including FBI agents and the agents of Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives. Authorities blame the incident, despite such security measures, on the presence of a few bad actors with guns.
I'm angry at what happened today. The people who came to this celebration should expect a safe environment. We had over 800 law enforcement officers, Kansas City and other agencies, at the location to keep everyone safe. Because of bad actors, which were very few, this tragedy occurred, even in the presence of uniformed law enforcement officers, who again ran towards them and took them into custody.
The US President Joe Biden issued a rallying call yet again for Americans to back his pleas for Congress to enact gun reform. United States, a gun-obsessed nation of 330 million people, is awash with about 400 million guns. It has the highest per capita gun ownership in the world, with 120.5 firearms per 100 people. Guns have been woven into the very fabric of American culture and politics. And despite the fact that more than 50 people are killed each day by a firearm in the United States, the political paralysis endures. The threat of mass shooting has become a very real concern in everyday life. The land of the free is besieged with a palpable sense of insecurity and vulnerability. Will this tragedy resonate in the US Congress and lead to the final solution of stricter gun laws?